Now let's join our field correspondent Aaron Stein with our haunted house enthusiast Carl Rosenthal of Deerfield. Aaron, now to you.
Thanks, Amy. I'm here with the haunted house in Deerfield under a full moon, and I'm here with Carl, the owner of this haunted house. Carl, let's start off. Where did you get the inspiration to build this?
Well, it started about 12 years ago, and we were kind of passive and made it kind of a fun, more of a festive spirit. And we made on wood sheets that my wife drew out characters, ghosts, some witches, black cats, pumpkin shapes, and we just cut it out of the wood, and we just had plaques all along our lawn, and it was, kind of a fun thing. And then each year, as my sons became a little bit more aware of Halloween and the spirits, and the evil spirits, they said, let's kind of change the theme and make it a little bit more graphic, and I guess in good taste, but make it a little bit more graphic. We had a lot of wood available from a project that we had done on our house, and I kind of designed things. My wife, being very artistic, also helped in her design, and with my son's influence, I kind of started making one or two objects a year, thinking what would be kind of graphic for Halloween, with keeping the theme of a little bit gory, a little bit bloody, but not too crazy. But each year we came up with another thought, another idea, and designed it, worked on it, and developed it.
What year did you start this?
It would have started, I'd say, approximately 12 years old. My daughter was more involved with Halloween being a fun holiday, and didn't have as much involvement with my two sons, who were a little bit younger. Being 12 years ago, my older son would be 11, and my youngest being 7. And they were much more involved in this ideas and the setups and arrangements of what we created.
Now, where do you get all these wonderful props?
Well, a lot of it is ideas, certainly things that you've seen on TV. Sometimes you walk around in some of these stores, spirit shops or Halloween that have things, but they aren't what we're looking for, but they give us an idea. And just seeing what maybe some other people may have had, and we kind of developed that, but want to make it more of a homemade as opposed to a purchase item, and so we can accent the things that we wanted to accentuate.
Does anyone usually help you with the setup?
Always my two sons, and then each one of them, as they left and went away to school, certainly my wife has always been available. Have always been around and helping, certainly to set up. Not as much in cleaning it up or storing it later on, but certainly in the setup.
Now, how long does it take to do all this work?
Well, I would say probably a good 5 days, 5 or 6 days, but obviously due to other obligations, you don't have a lot of time. It's also weather related too, but the rule of thumb that I usually have is nothing that's exhibits Halloween can go up until the first day of October, other than the fence that I have, what we call our makeshift graveyard, which is made out of old wood and things that I've modified to make it with a circular drive, and we have our circular graveyard. That would be the only thing I put up prior to October 1st. After October 1st, if we have the day off, an afternoon or morning, hopefully, or maybe a weekend, and if the weather's right, we can get a lot of it up. But usually to get from beginning to end, it takes about a good 5-6 actual days.
Now, in the past half hour that we've been here, we've seen many passerbyers come by and tell us what a great house this is. What's the usual reaction that you get?
A lot of people are just shocked. I mean, I look at it myself and I'm surprised and crazed by the fact that we have put in a lot of details, but we get a lot of pleasure with the attention and the comments that people have made. In fact, we had a garage sale and I think people were afraid that we were getting rid of a lot of these props or moving or doing something. Or people recognize our house as the one that's always the haunted house. And the people who moved next door said, to their kids, they said, yeah, we're buying the house next to that haunted house. And they were pretty excited. And so it gives us a little bit of identity. But I think it gives us a little bit of pleasure as well, seeing people's reactions. And, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. And certainly seeing the faces on a lot of kids is really gratifying.
Now, how has this project evolved in the past 12 years? Do you guys add a lot?
We try and add at least 1 or 2 new pieces. We have plenty of characters. Maybe we'll add a character or 2, and we'll devise something. We may add something to a family. Like behind here, we have some of these skeletons, and then we have an area maybe with the clowns. So we may add a character to what we have existing, and we'll try and come up with 1 new prop. But you have space restrictions, and you kind of run out of ideas.
Do you have a favorite Halloween story?
I don't know if it's a favorite story, but I know with the kids coming here, I know that when my sons were younger, they and maybe a friend or 2 or 3 would be kind of hiding and looking like one of the characters and waiting for a sweet little girl or boy coming by and kind of eyeing the prop and not being sure that if it's real or not. And then after thinking that it's not real, they kind of dart out at them and kind of scare them. But then they come back for more. And sometimes.
You wonder why.
And sometimes, we would have, there's some of the kids that would have a prop like a fake chainsaw or some kind of, torch or a sword or something, as if they would, go after the person. But obviously they would never touch or harm any of the children. But they loved that's how kids, they're afraid of it, but they want to be it, seeing it, and it made it a lot of fun. We tried to kind of mix a lot of laughter with a little bit of fear, and but all in good taste.
Thanks, Carl. This has been great. This is Aaron Stein, and back to you, Amy, in the studio.
Thank you for joining us this evening on the dark side of Deerfield. Have a horrible Halloween!